Yo, what's good, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? We still got the two Twinergy co-hosts
Yes, sir.
up and active, man. My name is Ken, and he goes by
Hakeem.
Hakeem. And listen, we're here, but with something a little different, but a little bit the same. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about in a second. I like to call this series Out the Box, where we just talk about everything that we don't get a chance to talk about on Twinergy, for one reason or the other. Or it may be, a slight Twinergy energy, but, a little more just, all over the place in a great way, though. So we got topics like prioritizing your happiness,
Yep.
honeybees,
Honeybees.
struggling to find musical style, talking
one.
about some of the shortages,
Yeah.
Netflix going down, and Elon Musk buying Twitter, and one more topic. So, listen, we wanted to delve right deep in it, man. So, what you want to start with, bro?
Man, bro, let's kick it off with prioritizing happiness, is it?
I like that one. Okay, we can start prioritizing your happiness. I see it just throughout the day. A lot of people, and these are like the more good-hearted, the kind of like the worse it could be for you sometimes, because you want to help every single body and give like your energy to every single body, make sure everybody's okay. The problem with that can arise when you're not putting any of it back in yourself.
Right.
Because when you're giving everybody else your happiness, your positive energy, you're kind of left hoping that they give some of it back to you, and it's not a promise that they can give it back to you, so it's important for me to discuss. I wanted to talk about how important it is to prioritize your own happiness first before you deal with being the superhero, superwoman, or superman for somebody else. Make sure you're doing good first. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to touch on that.
Man, that's a great topic. I think you have to be a self-starter. You have to be a self-starter first, because ultimately, whatever you go through, it starts and ends with self. I think I said this on the last episode with Nissa, but you have to, stay true to yourself and kind of really look within. I know it's corny, you hear it all the time, all of these, like you said, superhero comics and movies, but the moral of the story, even in anime, it's the same, that something within conjured up and it empowered you. So, your happiness, you have to protect it, and you also have to seek the source of it,
Seek the source of it 100%. Kind of having somewhat of a energy field around you.
Yes.
As wacky as that may sound, you kind of had an energy field, and whatever may try to mess with it, detect it quick. It's like, wait a second, and choose yourself first. Try to make sure the person that you want to help is getting as right as you can try to help them be. But man, self first at all times, so you can still be able to give that good pure energy back like you may want to.
Right. And not selfish, but self, which will in turn, get you to a point of selfless.
Yes, indeed.
Even finding self. You have people that are considered recluse or hermits, or those that just kind of find themselves in isolation. You find in those moments when the noise is down and it's just you alone in that room, you find yourself, and you said it in a rap, bro. So
yeah. I've had a couple like that. Yep. So I may insert it in here. But yeah. So I thought that was a great first question to have for the out the box when it comes to just it's kind of like similar to the words of wisdom that we get on the main pod, and I feel like it's easier to tackle.
It's like this is like batter's box, because it's really no prep ahead of time. It's like this random stream of consciousness, and we're trying to knock it out the park.
Just like this topic right here. Honeybees.
What about honeybees?
Join humans.
Huh?
Honeybees join humans as the only known animals that can tell the difference between odd and even numbers. What the fuck? Like, why do honeybees know how to tell the difference between odd and even numbers? Like, why? I just want to know the reason.
They gotta count that work. Pusha T's album just came out. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got their bricks to move themselves, honey bricks. So hey, the queen got them counting up in the trap, the beehive trap.
Like, it's an insane, just like, you could, animals just, it's the most random things they could do, and it's crazy because animals are, really deep creatures. We think
oh, for sure.
Just that. But like the fact honeybees could like, well, I guess many flowers have 6 or 5 petals, so that may be
that much repetition. But they have short lives though. So
only take one time for them to get their.
I'm saying it's in the DNA.
Yeah, he said it's in the. Like, I don't know. That's pretty cool. Like,
because if I only live for a season and I'm gone, if I get pissed and sting somebody, that's suicide. Because that big human is alright with a little Band-Aid. But I'm gone. So how does that knowledge of counting get kicked down?
Yeah, like, it's crazy. That's the interesting part, because it is like a reason. It's a reason.
Yeah, it's
don't
crazy.
Know why. So it's cool. It's funny hearing these random like animal facts.
But again, how do the scientists know? Do they sit in the trap with them? Yeah. Like, yo, my G, that's only 3 things of honey, dog.
How do you
3
even
kilos.
come across this information? How do you go across this information? So yeah, that was funny. Okay, so let's talk about shortages. I'll let you tackle this one, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me the floor with this one. I've just been thinking since the start of the P word in 2020, you had shortages, global supply chain issues. First and foremost, let's talk about food shortages. Before we get into the materialistic stuff, PlayStation 5s, right? I know y'all want to hear about that. But food shortages, because it's no game playing, no snacking all night if you don't have food. Right. So, we're advocates of, having your own garden and eating fruits and vegetables, but we are balanced around here. So we'll discuss things like, I don't know for a fact, but Tyson, Purdue, these different meat manufacturing plants. I don't know how they're doing with the supply, but the babies got to eat and the people's got to eat. So, we got to figure this thing out. But I'll say, I think it's shortage of workers, that are causing issues on the food supply line. And I don't know what's going on with these farms or farmland for that matter. But people are making a change, in their occupation. You have people that no longer want to do these manual labor type of jobs. And they want to transition to, working with more of your mind instead of being a frontline soldier. So, with the P word, that happened in 2020, you had people leave their jobs or get laid off, unfortunately. A lot of things changed, and it was a paradigm shift, so we got to get it together with the food. You go ahead, comment on the food, bro, and then we can go into some of the goodies.
Yeah. The interesting thing with the shortages, it's like, you pose 2 questions. It's like, what's next? Mm-hmm. I guess it's kind of in the same warehouse. And like, what's the alternative, to get more specific into what's next? Like, because I remember this article, it was a video post that I saw on Instagram. They were showing 3D printing food from like the bone up to the fat. Like, they were getting all the percentages and stuff.
Bill Gates is crazy.
Right, to the T. So it's like, you wonder, will we ever get back? Like, or is it just a shortage that will trickle down to nothing, and we just have to replace it with, one of these alternatives, which is going to be a quick learning curve, but people are going to take kind of what you give them. It's like, I guess we got to, but it makes you pose these questions. If it's shortages, what will replace it? Like with the PS5, it was a certain chip shortage. It would be like an alternative chip that's going to come out that's easier to produce, that does similar things, or things like that. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought the shortage is really interesting, because you're posing these questions like, what's next?
Right. So, I mean, nobody likes to hear that word shortage.
So comment what y'all think is next, like for the future of like a lot of these things that have shortages, like what's gonna come next? Like,
yeah. Let me. I'm gonna snatch a comment before it's even typed out. But aside from food, you have merch, right? So We're big fans of Sony cameras here. That's what we're running the shows with and everything. So, that one has hit hard for us. I mean, we've talked to our consultants, techie, and we have what we need right now. But, when talking to others and kind of introducing them to the game of camera and whatnot, we found out there's a shortage, and you know, it's primarily due to the chips, I guess, in the cameras. So, it goes to show, like, again, I don't know if that, because those are imports from Japan. I don't know if that has to do with the tariffs and trade wars and things to do with issues around the world, the state of the P word again. I don't know. But it's interesting. And I know y'all want those PS5s. I know. I know.
Yeah, and and this is another interesting article. Doesn't necessarily have to be a different video. It's probably gonna be the same video by the time y'all watch this. But Texas plans to punish companies that move away from fossil fuels. So, like, just in the same warehouse of shortages and people moving to, like, the next thing, people are kind of moving towards, like, going green and alternative, like, methods of, like, fuels. And I thought that was interesting, like, because Texas, they're trying to hold on to it. But as you can see, a lot of places are starting to just change with the time. So,
right. Wow, that's interesting. So as we've seen for a few years now, you want these clean energy sources. I've seen things about, various companies with the goal to reduce carbon emissions. And, we were much younger, they started talking about, windmills and just alternative sources. We got Tesla and other electric cars. And I think the state of California has some mandate in place for, like, by 2030, not mandate, but a rule by 2030, it should be so many electric cars or something like that. But, for Texas to take that stance is interesting.
Yeah.
Very Texan.
Very traditional. Let's see. And next we had an artist topic. So it says out the box, but I still wanted to touch on things like this. And you never know where out the box is gonna take you. So this is struggling to find my musical style. And he says, I've been working on developing my songwriting, mixing skill proficiency with my instrument, and etc. since I was 16 or so, and he's 20 now. And I feel like I'm at a level that's possible enough in those areas to really start getting serious about making this a career, and as such, I'd like to write an album. The problem is I'm struggling to find a style that I both enjoy and feels like me, I guess. I've started a number of projects now, just making what sounds good and comes naturally, but I end up getting bored before I can finish anything. Any advice for finding a style worth sticking with? So, what do you think about that?
First, I would ask the question, what's your take on collaboration? Are you collaborating with those that, it doesn't have to be people that are close, in proximity, but online, there's so many various communities, that you can collab and kind of get inspired. When I hear bored or boredom, I think that, a person's hit a wall and they need to open a new door. They need to find what can take them to the next level, more exposure to new sounds, new styles, genres. I heard in that post that they said they've been working with not only their production and creativity in the DAW world, but actual instrument. I'll be curious to know what that is. Is it piano, guitar, synthesizers, saxophone? I wonder what that is, but you want to experiment with different genres and also study the past. Studying the music history has helped us, right, move along by going back to gospel, going back to R&B and, neo soul and hip hop from the 80s and 90s has really helped push us forward and kind of shape a sound that we have now. So, collaboration, music history, anything that can inspire you. You just need some inspiration, I think.
Yeah, you just need inspiration and whatever resonates with you and your story. It's the outside ear, will usually pick up on, is this them, or are they trying to fit like a character in a way,
Right.
a caricature in a way, or is this like really you? And I feel like when you get that style after experimenting, like, oh, let me try this, let me try that, and you seem like a very, talented guy, when you get that style that you really like, you'll feel it right here, and and everything will flow easy. You'll be able to make 200 or 250 songs, because it's like, it just feels like an extension of me. I had that as a bar. I rap about my life, so I'm staying on topic. Like,
Stay true.
It's you. So you staying true. End of the day, that kind of wheels back to episode 1. It's like staying true to self, and that's kind of like the common denominator in a lot of these things. So hopefully that can help, because struggling with finding your sound is very, very interesting. It's a fun journey, and like bro said, with the collaboration, you'll be able to possibly find that easier. So collaboration, it can bring out, because with me, like other artists bring like sounds out of me I didn't even know I had. I'm like, oh yeah, this is dope, I like this, and maybe I'll incorporate this from now on.
Right. And writer's block it can be depressing. Because people don't understand.
Not to cut you off. No, hold that part. I just wanted to mention, like, and not just for music art, but like y'all can see it now in these shots, but it's all types of art. If you look at our past episodes, we're surrounded with all types of art, and those artists also had to find their style. What were you saying? You're saying it could be depressing.
Yeah, writer's block. When you hit that brick wall where you're bored, you're at the crossroads, right? You want to give up almost, but gotta keep pushing. That's what this journey is. Music business aside, for all its BS, the pure art and essence of music or any creative outlets, right? Videography, graphic design, anything that you are involved in, it ties into the first topic. It has to be tied to your happiness, and once you find that spark with self, you can go farther than you thought.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, and hopefully this helps. Hopefully I'll make sure I send it out to him, and
for sure.
Like, because the last guy, episode 1, he saw it and he said, it really helped him out.
Yeah, that was love right there.
Yep. So we got 2 more. We got Netflix going down. Who's the new top dog? And then we also have Elon Musk buying Twitter. So it's whichever one you want to do first.
Save the best for last. So the Twitter story is the grand finale. Okay. Let's dig into Netflix and how it's going down.
So Netflix, let's start from the jump. Netflix overthrew Blockbuster as like that streaming app for movies and everything, right? Netflix probably didn't think that it was possible for them to be the Blockbuster and all these other streaming platforms to become like the Netflixes and kind of take away from them. But Netflix, they kept trying their customers, man. They kept trying them, and they kept adding this, adding that, like
taxing.
They're trying to tax from the people that are already supporting them. Instead of doing what they would do later, they did like they're talking about advertisements and stuff now, but they didn't start with that. They went right to taking it was $9 last month. Look, come around the block. Look, a big bird. What was that? Big perm. But where my $20? You know what I'm saying? Like, they kept boosting it up. So Netflix is reaping what they sow. With their stock price kind of keep trickling down. I'm sure they trying to run back. Oh wait, no, never mind. Look, we gonna do this. But you got the Disneys, you got the Hulus, you got all of these other streaming apps and platforms now. So it's kind of like a fight for the attention. And Netflix, they kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. I mean, reap what you sow. Like, you have internally, I remember, 2020, Netflix, they were so eager to get people back to the office and didn't even offer the flexibility for their employees of, remote work. And I think it was a battle. I didn't follow up, so I would love to hear in the comments what came of that, if it was, favorable for the employees or not. But I'm sure people left. And what I saw recently was that they laid off a lot of people, so Netflix internally is hurting. But even us as customers, we're finding so many alternatives, right? There are thousands of streaming things, and the brainwash is working on me. Hulu doesn't just have live sports. Like, all that stuff is it starts to creep into your subconscious. So it's licensing as well. So you have titles that were released on Netflix, but their expiration date is come and gone. So Netflix had a push for originals, right? You know, you had so many good originals, but they've slowed that down. And I saw they were canceling stuff left and right. Their animation was picking up, but now it's slowing down. You know, so I don't know, Netflix. I don't know if they'll stay
together. Get it together. If you have any time left to get it together, because they started the time themselves. They kept going up. Everybody like Netflix. Everybody had Netflix. But
But every kingdom falls. So you know, like you opened up saying that they didn't think they would be Blockbuster. Blockbuster had its reign, you know. But now you look at Netflix. They, you know, dethroned them, and now look, they're in that hot seat. And we'll see who's next. Who's up next?
All right, and we got one more. The
last topic.
Finale. Elon Musk. Elon Musk has bought Twitter for $44 billion.
Law 44, y'all know what I'm talking about. Wow. So Elon, laugh at me if y'all want. I always associate him with Kanye West. I didn't know they were cool, but they kind of do out the box things. See what I did there? Yeah, it's all good. But you know, you had Elon has a history. I think he was one of the PayPal founders or something like that. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, way off. But I think he had something to do with a fintech thing back in the 90s. But you have his more current things, Neuralink, of course, everybody's favorite Tesla, and now Twitter. I heard there were rumors, or this could have been an official story. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, and Elon Musk had conversations about taking Twitter private. I mentioned taking it private for all our stock folks out there. When that happens, you got to get cashed out. So I feel bad ultimately for the employees of Twitter and anybody that is hodling Twitter stock. You know, holding on for dear life. You can't anymore, you know, if it goes private. They have to cash you out. For some people, that's, you know, a good move. And other people, that's not what they wanted because it's a tax liability. So it's rough. And then again, like Netflix, you have employees that probably want to leave. And I'm just curious, your thoughts, bro, on what the platform would look like.
Yeah, man, well, I just wanted to quote right here. He said, I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that he's talking about, bringing to the platform. And just like off rip, what I initially thought when I saw it, I feel like it's gonna bring that level of innovation. I feel like it's gonna be things that you didn't think, and it's gonna push it forward because Twitter's been a pretty standard thing since the conception. I feel like a lot more social medias have kind of tweaked way more than Twitter did, but Twitter's pretty more or less like based the same. The concept, like Instagram, we know it's changed a lot, and Snap has changed a whole bunch. Since the conception, like the intention of what it was, you know, if you know. It's like things like that have changed, but Twitter has pretty much stayed the course. So I think it's going to be the most innovation Twitter has ever found with Elon, you know, on the helm, if it becomes private. But if it's still public, you can't do much without the shareholders, you know, shareholder meetings and things like that. Not to bore y'all, but, you know, it's things like that happen.
Yeah, for real, because, you know, with the shareholders and stuff, it has to go through, you know, your different departments and, you know, paper pushers, the hierarchy of it all. It has to get approved. So some of your cool things that you would figure out in an open source world or, you know, on your own, it's like, nope, stop here, it has to be approved. And then that just becomes this long, drawn out thing. Yeah, but I'm looking forward. I bet on Elon, you know, like I'm not an Elon hater at all. We waiting on those Twinergy Teslas, man. That's all we need.
I like the innovators. I like tracking the people that really push things forward and make things move. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe when they finally ship us those Teslas, bro, maybe it'll have like on those screens that look like iPads in the dashboard. Maybe it'll have the new beta version of Twitter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be dope. Yeah, so looking forward to that innovation and let's see if the bird becomes cyber.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And like, yeah, that I'm trying to glance, see if there's one more topic I can find just on a whim. Let's see if I can scroll. A Tesla vehicle using smart summon appears to crash into a $3.5 million private jet. A Tesla vehicle uses smart summon. So I guess smart summon is the. So that's interesting.
That's been happening a lot. Keeping it, a buck with Elon, like as innovative and as great as those tools are. And I know he's not in the day to day of Tesla, but those crashes, man, like you got to be careful with that self driving stuff. It's still in a prototype phase to me.
Yeah, it's interesting when I hear stuff like, I mean, like accidents happen regardless, and it's like people nitpick the ones that happen with like the self-driving vehicles, but like, I mean, humans cause way more than anybody, right? So it's like, as technology moves forward, which is kind of like the overlay topic of a lot of things we talked about, just moving forward. As technology moves forward, just remember, hey, mistakes gonna happen regardless. This is gonna be like a different style of mistakes with the tech world. Hopefully, it's minimal. So that's just one more I want to throw in there. It's funny, it kind of wheelhouse right in with the Elon stuff. So there you go, y'all. That's been episode 1 of Out the Box, And as always, my name is Can, and
I'm Hakeem.
And y'all, way more videos on the way. You never know what to expect with the Twinergy/OutTheBox/Harmonic Firm gang, because a whole bunch of stuff is on the way. So I appreciate everybody that's been liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, showing love to all the videos we got, man. And it means the world to us, So
Yes, indeed. We appreciate every view, every comment. We read them all, So. Please, if anything is inspirational, one little piece of something we say, even if y'all don't watch the full video or anything, we hope that everyone can grasp a little something, even if it kind of sparks conversation amongst your circles.
Yes, indeed. So, man, thank y'all.
All right.